Hello, everybody. This is Arwen Lewis, and you're listening to The Arwen Lewis Show. You just heard Tomorrow Never Knows by Children of Fab, my very special guest today. And you can find out more about Children of Fab on YouTube under their name, Spotify, SoundCloud, any of your favorite digital listening platforms. They've released their self-titled EP under Orchard Records, so you can find it pretty much anywhere, especially if you want to purchase it. And so, yeah, let's talk about your vocal performances on these songs. How was it? Were you punching in or did you sing the songs through? Can you tell me a little bit about that for both of you?
Jeff, go ahead. You since you produced
Well,
most of it.
um, it's not really that laborious of a thing. I mean, it's like we kind of know what we're doing. If something's a little pitchy, I'll
Yeah.
say it's pitchy. We fix it. It's not a big deal. When we were coming up with a lot of the background vocals, we are also big Beach Boy fans, Brian Wilson fans. And so we kind of put a little bit of that in there as well, where we approached a lot of the backgrounds with a Beach Boy sensibility. Um, we did play one show
Right.
for
The birthday
Mark's
thing.
brother, which was crazy because I think I wore like a long wig,
Yeah.
and it was like it was pretty weird. Like when we stepped up, I think we started the show with these songs, and it was packed. Everyone was just kind of looking at us like, "What the hell is going on?" And they dug it. I mean, so we
Yeah,
know that it worked once,
yeah.
you know. But and and the vocals were great live. It's just the whole process is not a big deal when you're on the same page. You're trying to
Mhm.
do, you get it. Hey, Mark, I'm going to do that again. I'm a little pitchy. Hey, you're pitchy. Hey, that background part we did is pitchy. I'm
Yeah,
just all right.
but the
Well,
lead vocal, a lot of the lead vocals were like one take, a couple of them were, and it's to me,
Nice.
it's important to have a performance, of the song. Yeah, you can always, we will always be critical of, and I'm a lot more critical now of the way I do vocals and things like that. But I also believe in the, having everything you do, a guitar part, a bass part, everything is a performance. And that comes through on these recordings, I believe.
yeah, yes, you're right. I do remember everything was one take. I remember Cry Baby Cry was, because when we were doing that, I always felt there was an R&B vibe in the original. So when I started singing it, as soon as I started singing it, Mark was like, "Oh, okay, yep, 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 I got it." Right, it's like Prince meets Al
Al Green,
Green.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like I get it.
And it keeps the human element, like you said, the performance, the human element of it. Because, yeah, I mean, if it just gets too perfect and then you start tuning and doing all of these other things, like, where's the soul and everything? And yeah, you're capable enough of musicians, obviously, to be able to just perform and sing through. So I
Well,
appreciate that.
I don't want to be like a Debbie Downer about AI, but
Yeah.
I just don't believe that you can get the humanity of what these songs are, through AI. I just don't. I think that people can see through it, hear through it. The public doesn't lie. If they love something, they're gonna love it. And if it happens to be AI generated, okay, God love them for it. But I'm just saying, in the end, I think you're going to see a return to a more humanistic art creativity.
Well,
Yeah, and
you're
I think
right.
that's yeah,
You're
no,
right I'm sorry, Art, but you're right, Mark, in the sense that it's the imagination. If you were to tell an AI program, hey, do a mashup version of Tomorrow Never Knows meets The Who, you're probably going to get something that is very sterile. It's the imagination, and like, I don't know how we're going to do it, but it's going to happen. And that only comes up from the noggin.
Yeah, not the internet, not scrubbing the internet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or like, you know, like I'm sure you've seen like the Monterey Pop Festival, the first Monterey
Hmm.
Pop Festival, when Janis Joplin is singing. Like I mean, I remember watching that and I was like, of course, everybody was just moved and by her human. And she wasn't, I mean, I don't want to say she was out of tune, but it wasn't like a, you know, completely perfect, polished performance. It was raw and real and human. And how much more moving is that? Like you
I
said, then
watched it
like a
2 days
band.
ago. I just
Did you?
watched it 2 days ago, and
Yeah.
I love the little film shots that Pennebaker got of Mama Cass's jaw dropping,
Yeah.
and that to me is my favorite part of that.
That what we could do another show geeking out about that for sure. Um, but anyway, we're actually running out of time again. I'm so enjoying having this conversation with you guys. So now we're gonna take everybody out to break with "I Am the Walrus," which is very, very cool track off of the CP, and then bring them back in with another excerpt from "Wait" from the beginning of that song. And everybody, this is Children of Fab. They're my very special guests here on the Arwen Lewis Show. And don't go anywhere. We're going to talk a little more after this music break, and we'll be featuring their song Another Girl in its entirety at the end of the program. So please enjoy I Am the Walrus and Wait, and we'll be right back.